Let's go live. I need a jingle. That's what I need. I need a jingle. Anybody out there that could design? Let's go live. I need a jingle. Is anybody out there that can design a jingle? Because that's what I need. Somebody good with music. Let's go live. Somebody I can kick the door in with every day. I said, let's go live. No? That's not gonna work. All right, what about this fake music right here? Hold on, let's see what this fake music. Let's see what that sounds like. Hold on. Let's go live. Oh, that's gone. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's gone. I don't even have fake music no more. Let's go live. No. We gotta figure that out. All right, what up, people? What's a good word, man? Good afternoon, good night, good morning, man. Good to see y'all. Oh, that light is hot. I look pale. I look like raw chicken meat. Hold up, Joe. Not good. Get a little. What's good with you? What up, people? Welcome back to the world, man. This is this Monday, a whole new scenario. All over again, one more time. Good to see y'all. Welcome to the program. Let's go live. Let's go live. I need a jingle. Is anybody out there talented enough to size me with a jingle? I need a jingle. Welcome to the program. Let's go, man. Your number one spot for who knows what this was up. J Elite, YouTube checking in. Tiny Closet Studios. Yes, we're broadcasting live from Tiny Closet Studios, the nerve center, the command of operations for all the Tiny Closet programming, which includes Tiny DIY. I was working on part 2 of the last video and lost the footage, so I gotta go do another DIY home renovation thing for Tiny DIY to come back. And Tiny Kitchen is always on deck, but most of the time when I videotape, I'll be eating, so the footage is gone. So yeah, Tiny Closet Studios, trademark, patent pending. So yes, thanks for asking. All right, so look, housekeeping. Let's get it going. Welcome all into the program. If you're in the comment section, I'm doing something different. I'm trying, we still navigating because this show is going on Humor Mill app today. Today is the first day of a new arrangement. I'm still tooling with logistics, but we're about to be off. We're about to be off of this. So anyway, download Humor Mill. I just set up my Twitch account this weekend. I just opened my Patreon. So download the Humor Mill, man, because they're gonna carry the show. And so Friday I wasn't on. Friday I do Karen Hunter show on Sirius XM. So again, wait a minute. Let's do this. Let's get this out the way. Download the Humor Mill app right now. Just get that out the way. It's on Fire Stick. It's on Comcast. It's on Apple Music. You can go to the TV, search for the app, download it. They're gonna carry the show, so you can see it on demand whenever you want to see it. Let's get that out the way. I don't want to have to keep saying it, maybe, but I will. So YouTube, So here, thanks for asking. So YouTube. So Thursday was the last show because Friday I do Monday through Thursday, and Friday I'm on Karen Hunter show, Sirius XM 126 Urban View. We take Tiny Closet Studio to the world. But Thursday, we had a dynamite show, man. I had fun. I was in here, talking to myself. I had like 2 people on deck coming to be guests on the show, and I can't get in. I can't get something wrong with my bars, my minutes, prepaid and all that. So we rocked out. We had a nice little dialogue, but I'm playing clips of some things I saw on the internet. And I like to think that I pay attention, like I know what I'm doing. But evidently, the clips had like a jingle, a hint of a jingle in them, or they were copyrighted material. I played a short from Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime called Skin, if you watch that. And so they blocked the whole video. I couldn't even repost on YouTube the entire live. If you did not watch it while it was happening, it's gone. So Thursday's show was off the hook, and there's no evidence. There's no way to prove it. So I felt some kind of way. So I'm still hashing out all these options. I just opened up the podcast on Podbean. I'm gonna put that out there too. So what's gonna happen is after these shows, all of this audio from these shows are going up. So the podcast is Let's Go Live. That's the podcast. Let's try to search it right now. Let's see. Let's see if it went. Let's go to the podcast section of the your phone. It's Let's Go Live. So let's search it. Ain't nothing like trying something out on the fly. I ain't tripping because if it's not there, I know what I need to do to go find it. So let's go live. And so what's going to happen is I'm start posting all the audio from these interviews and these shows up. All right. Good. Good to know. It ain't there. Good. That's fine. I probably got it. Oh, it's somebody else named Let's Go Live. Don't do me like that. Who are you? Oh, it's like 5 of them. And they're in Russia. Who is y'all? But they not Let's Go Live with Lamont King, though. So there's that. Dead that. I'm looking into that a little bit later. But yeah, so there. So that's what that is. So yeah, we had issues on Thursday. And I was not happy about it. But it's all cool. So we're gonna today, if I play a clip, I probably will just going through headlines, news of the day. It's probably just be the clip with no audio. I'm not playing around. YouTube, I mean, they muscled it too. They was like, usually, I don't know if you post content, you know what I'm talking about. So I got a flag. Like it's not a strike. They go in, they escalate. So you'll get a notice, and you get a reminder, then you get a flag, then you get a strike. I don't have a strike against my channel, but I have flags on those videos, and these subsequent flags rendered the videos unwatchable. So they was like, nah, you can't, no one can see this in any country. They was like, you got a copyright claim from so-and-so, so and such. No one can watch your video. Better luck next time. That's what they said. So there's that. But how are y'all doing, man? I hope all is well. Hope you are COVID free and safe and sound. And a couple things to talk about, man. It was a busy weekend, full of news. And I'm not even a news guy. I'm just trying to bring you some stories and info that you might have missed, man, in case you missed it. Also, shout out to our sponsors from last week. We got some. Let me make sure you see that. The vision is clear still. 2020, Lamont King comedy. Why it ain't? Oh, last week we got some new sponsorships, man. You can be you can support the movement. Viewer support it, 100% viewer support. We got the Cash App set up. That's the most efficient for us. $ Lamont King 06 is scrolling at the bottom. And we take it from there. I mean, that's what we're doing. We appreciate all the support. We got some new people that came through on deck last week. And so we appreciate your money. It's going to a good cause. And that cause is because. No, actually, we got a lot of stuff that we need to pay for to keep this show up and running. So there's that. All right, so where do we dig in, man? I got like 10 things to talk about, and I'm expecting somebody too. So we'll see if they get it right. Text. Got like 10 things to talk about. Did you see the June first talk then? What was your June name? Mine was well. I did not go to any festivities. I just sat back and watched people that did. I'm not a Juneteenth spoil sport. However, I just wanted to see how, it was going to be taken advantage of in its first year of existence. Seeing as though we just discovered it, and America is now fully behind Juneteenth. So much so there are conversations about making it an official national holiday. And as crazy as that sounds, and as wild as that sounds, I'm actually with it. All right, let me get out of there. I'm actually with it. We want, for this little bit of time when people are offering up concessions and throw that in there too. We'll take that. Don't play with it though. I see them already getting ready to play with it. We don't need it to be commercialized, and we don't need Juneteenth specials at Ruby Tuesdays. We don't need that. Don't play with it though. 2 slabs of ribs for the price of 1 for Juneteenth. But don't do it. We don't need that. We don't need malt liquor specials, Juneteenth specials. We don't do it. Go to the barbecue spot and get the combo, the chicken and rib combo, and all your sides is free. Just don't do it. We don't need that. Don't play with the holiday. So if you give it to us, don't play with the Juneteenth chicken bucket. No, that's that. I don't play with it. We don't want that. I don't want to go to this big, and all sides are free. And go take a number and go sit at the table and wait 20 minutes, and the sides will come after you start eating, just like Juneteenth. Don't do it. Don't play with us. Don't do it. We don't want that. All sides are free. That's funny. We don't want that though. Don't patronize and commercialize the holiday before you even give it to us. That's hustling backwards. We don't want it. So yeah, there's that. So shout out to everybody that carried it through the weekend into Father's Day. Shout out to all the fathers, man. Happy Father's Day, belated to all of y'all. And you rolled your first annual Juneteenth into Father's Day, which was it should be amazing. It should have been an amazing weekend, a very distracting weekend. I'm texting them now. But anyway. So yeah, so we saw that. So also Friday, man. Well, Saturday they delayed it. Did you catch your president's campaign rally in Oklahoma, for lack of a better word? Now I had intended fully to completely ignore it, and I got up for some weird reason. I don't know what the weather was like on Saturday, but I woke up and I was like, I'm supposed to be doing something because my days are running together. So I was like, turn on the news. And MSNBC was, of course, covering the so-called rally like the whole time. I saw the funniest thing on Twitter. I saw somebody call it a white supremacy open mic. I was like, that's genius. I get that on the t-shirt. But anyway, so I'm watching MSNBC, and I don't know if y'all caught this. Man, jump in if you did, man. So did you see the lady that was protesting? I use protesting lightly, but she had on a shirt that said Black Lives Matter. She was covered up or whatever. So the camera's there, and because I turned on the TV like right in the middle of this ordeal. So camera's there. She's sitting there, crisscross applesauce, because I say Indian style now. Did you know that? I didn't either. Talk to the kids. I said, sit Indian style. And they was like, what does that mean? I was like, sit down Indian style. And they're like, oh, crisscross applesauce? You can't say Indian style. I was like, oh, sheesh. So I got to take a training sensitivity with the kids. Anyway, so she's sitting down there crisscross applesauce in the middle of the street, what looks like the middle of the street, but it's inside the perimeter of the rally, right? So she's inside the perimeter, and the police is big talking her, but they know the cameras are there. So the cameras are set up 2 feet from her face, and the police is really trying to get her up out of there. So the lady in studio is like, well, we don't know what's going on here. Let's go to who and what on the ground. And he's like, yeah, so this lady, blah, blah, blah. So let's listen in. They got the microphone like 2 feet from the ordeal. Let's listen in. So there's a guy there that's with he's either, this is the tricky part. This is why you never know what you're looking at when you're watching the news, man. So the guy was like either with the campaign staff. I mean, the rally, whatever you call it. He was either with the rally staff or with the police. You could not tell. So he's talking to her like he's law enforcement. So he's like, you trespassing. And she was like, how? And he was like, you're not supposed to be here. And this is a private event. She was like, this is public property and I have tickets. So she's shutting him down the whole way. So I'm glued. I'm on the edge of my seat, right? So she going back and forth and she putting her mask on. She telling them that they dealing with her. They're wrong anyway for not having a mask on. So they slide off on camera and put gloves on and the mask on. So the police come back and he talking. He like, and then the other guy, the staff person was like, you got to go. You can be arrested. Da, da, da. She was like, I have tickets. She was like, well, we reserve the right to put our protesters. She was like, this is public property. I have tickets and I'm not protesting. I'm just sitting down. I would rather sit over here than over there. Guess what they did, folks? Because I'm waiting. I went and made popcorn because I was like white on white crime on deck in 3, 2, 1. Sure enough, they hiked her ass up and carried her out of there on live TV. And I was like, wow, wow. So I found something else to do. And then yesterday, of course, I read all the recaps. Hilarious. Hilarious. They said the arena, wherever they were, OKC, could fit like 19,000. And it might have been 6 or 7,000 in address. And the word is on social media that a whole bunch of TikTok, this is alleged, TikTok users and K-pop stans reserved a shit ton of tickets and didn't show up. So they basically hijacked. It's a word for that, but I can't remember what the word is. They hijacked it though. The Zoomers, the people that y'all really, really don't like, Generation Z, 18 and under, like thwarted the whole rally. Now the statement come out. Now fast forward to Monday, statement comes out today. They put official release and say that wasn't it. It was bad press coverage, corona concerns, and some failed logistics. That's what the White House is saying what made it happen. So they're not giving any credit to what is being alleged on social media that children did to disrupt and dismantle the rally. So shout out to them. So if you see a Zoomer, hug them, man. When you're little annoying 11, 12-year-olds just doing TikTok dances, playing Fortnite all night, listening to Korean pop music, give them a hug, man. They came through on this one. They've been listening and they know they may not be the brightest, common sense, street smarts, but they figured it out. They know how to hack, and that's what they did. They hacked the entire situation. So there's that. Yeah, and I was thinking that too. Same thing 50 Cent did to Ja Rule, but I don't know if that was true. He said he was going to do that not too long ago. Ja Rule was having a comeback concert, and 50 Cent, I'm about to buy the first 2 rows up. So when people see the pictures, the first 10 rows, people see the pictures, it'll be empty seats. So they did that. That's what they did, allegedly. And your man came off, he landed in Marine One back to the White House at like 1 in the morning, and he was just super sad. I haven't seen him that sad. I mean, he was walking with his tie off, slow gait, head down. He was sad. Like he really. So I would play some clips, but I don't want this video because I think today's show is going to be phenomenal, and I don't want it to risk it not being. I don't want it to be blocked and all that foolishness. But did you see the Black Republican section at the rally? Now, the guy's name, I was trying to do the research earlier because I don't like bringing out info with no research, but I follow him. He's like he's a guy. He's like that other pastor, the light-skinned guy with the wavy Caesar, that was in, we first saw him in the White House. It was like, you need me to talk to the gangs in Chicago? Because I can talk to them. Let me know. You need me to talk to the gangs. Put the guns down. Because somebody like you, they'll listen to you. I don't know if you know him. He be with him. It's a group of them, high profile Blacks for Trump that are like Isaiah Washington. He's in the mix. So the guy in the video, if you saw the video on social media when they dancing to Michael Jackson, that's why I can't play the clip because of the Michael Jackson. But they dancing, I mean, straight shucking it up in their little section. But oh man, like how? Like you, and I can't be mad because being mad would mean that I care. And it's fascinating. All of us don't think alike, sure. And all of us are different. We come from different backgrounds and upbringing. But I'm looking at Boy Man. I call him Boy Man. I'm looking at Boy Man like, Slim, you realize if you ain't had that MAGA hat on, I mean, once you leave them doors, man, you a victim like the rest of it. Like they don't care for you. They could care less what happens to you in real life. And I just, it was just hard to believe. Shucking it up, just shocking. People are like, how they making us look bad? They ain't making me look bad. Not one bit. Pastor Scott. That's what I was talking about, Pastor Scott. But this other guy, he's a young guy, big time. See, the thing about the internet is a lot of times we only see what we like and what we're into. And if you don't dial in to things that you don't like, you'll never see him. So I follow this guy. He has a humongous following. I mean, like unbelievable. I forgot it. I can't. I'm gonna get his name after. This is a live show. Humongous following. So that was him. If you saw the video, he dancing or whatever to the on the floor or what you call it. But yeah, man, it's just your people, man. These all skin folk ain't kin folk. So just know that they exist. They are among us. But it was a big fail, and they look like failures. They look like real cornballs, and it'd be interesting to see how far they're gonna go down with this sinking ship. Speaking of sinking ship, man, your president is announcing today. You are correct, Kennard. He is completely unhinged. The screws is all the way loose. He's announced today that he thinks that do I have a story? He thinks that the presidential election already, that's not even here yet. No, I don't have that story. Is rigged. And by rigged, he means some foreign government or foreign hackers. I guess what? I'm guessing China or Russia, he thinks. They're going to send by mail counterfeit ballots, like duplicates, counterfeits, is enough to sway the count. Like they're going to just mail them overseas, just a whole bunch of, or print them out, call up Kinko's ahead, get them print out, and have a cell here, dropping them in the mail in different cities to throw off the count. And I'm like, my man, what would make you think? Where would you get the idea that a foreign government would meddle in U.S. elections? Like, what would make you? That's absurd. Like that could never happen. Like how in 2016 you didn't believe it. Why you believe it now? That is absurd. Incredible. He believes that they done, and it ain't even happened yet. Elections ain't even here yet, and he believes that it's rigged in advance, unless he's traveling through time. Now, I don't seen some YouTube videos where they say he got the machine. So I'm like, unless you got the machine, and you know something we don't know, you sound like a fool. So you either got to come clean or sit down somewhere, and hopefully the latter, not the former. So there's that. Saw something interesting right before I got on, man. Yeah, he definitely his mind is fresh off that Rona. He got that shit. I think so. Because it make you, I mean, I don't know what it make you do, but I believe. Well, there was a thing even bigger than that. They saying the man got that Phyllis. They said not the Rona, he got that Phyllis, and Phyllis does affect your brain. That's scientific. That's medical fact. Phyllis alters, your mental state. If you don't know what the Phyllis is, that's syphilis. That's what they say. The rumor allegedly he got that syphilis. So I don't know, man. Let's see here. Let me take that down because yeah, I might need them. This sponsor right here because I'm a legend all over the place. All right, back to some headlines. Back to the headline. I thought this was interesting. So, for those of you that don't believe in global warming or think that it's a hoax, Siberia scientists have clocked 100-degree temperatures for the first time in the history of ever. And this is how they wrote it. They said first time in all of recorded history, 100-degree temperatures. Guess where? I'll give you some time. I'll give you some time. Siberia. 100-degree temperatures have been recorded for the first time in the history of ever. They said in the first time of all recorded history in Siberia. So hey, I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I have not done enough research on global warming to have a vast understanding of how much time we got left. But if Siberia is clocking 100-degree temperatures, there's a problem. And we don't have a lot of time. I don't care what you say. I don't care what papers you produce, what movies you want to show me. 100-degree temperatures in Siberia is a problem. So chew on that. All right, I got some a couple unfortunate headlines, man. Chicago, man, they was on one this weekend. Apparently, a lot of shooting and too much dying, and so I'm not. What's going to happen is, and the weather's changing, and the scenarios are changing around the protests and lockdown, and most people that live in these types of cities, man, when the weather break, people get back to normal. So I'm not going to speak on it. I got some things lined up. I got some activists on the ground in Chicago that'll be joining the show this week. So I'm not here to judge. I'm trying to find out, solution based. What is the root of the problem and how and if it can be fixed. So if you got some Chicago people, family and friends out there, you ever used to live there, jump on the show this week, man, and we're gonna be talking to a couple of activists from out there. They're gonna be on agreed to come on the show and kind of just have an open discussion about what's going on out there, because it's super unfortunate. I don't even want to repeat the numbers from this weekend, but you can check the headlines. Sad situation though. Also, other news that blew me. That might be a segment. And news that blew me. D.L. Hughley. I don't know if you saw that, man. He passed out at a club this weekend. Zanies in Nashville. If you watch the video, it looked like he kind of got to the end of a sentence, stuttered his way through it, and then just kind of lost composure and body control. And he was sitting on a stool on stage and just really fell out. And some people sat on the stage, tried to retrieve him, try to catch him. But they caught him, but then he fell out, hit his head or whatever, and dragged him off the stage, whatever. He went to the hospital, apparently, and released a statement, a long video statement. I would play that too, but I ain't trying to get the video blocked because I don't know who owned the footage. So anyway, he said that he was tired. His diagnosis was he was extremely tired, exhaustion, severe dehydration, and during the course of him being checked out, they tested him for COVID, and he tested positive. So he's going to be self-quarantining for the next 14 days. We wish him the best. We send him all the well wishes in the world, man. I was blown. News that blows me. I was blown because how did that video get out? Like we love to see somebody at their lowest point, but I'm looking at the comedy club. I'm like, well, wait a minute, because I know how these clubs are. And I know how these top tier comedians are. You ain't just in there videotaping. So I'm like, who felt it necessary to be like, I was there when DL fell out and hit the floor. Ooh, look. Like we gotta get out of that, man. Everybody want to be breaking news and display tragedy, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel some kind of way about that. I'm like, I'm not saying it's one of those scenarios where you gotta put the phone down and help and activate and go in rescue mode. But what's all this? I was there. Let me prove it to you. Let me get, I'm trying to go viral. And you showing video of him, he's somebody hero falling out, looking like, I mean, if you ain't know no better, if he ain't come back the next day with the I'm okay video, you'd have thought he was dead. Cause I've seen that before. And it didn't look like no exhaustion or dehydration. You see the video and you come to your own conclusion, but it didn't look like that to me, and it didn't look like no reaction from being asymptomatic and having COVID. So it was unfortunate. It wasn't a good look. But shout out to DL. Glad that he's back to better, and I hope he gets even better. Speaking of COVID, or as Bama's in the hood say, COVID. Speaking of COVID, 12 states have just announced that after this weekend, after this weekend, 12 states have just announced record high positive tests for corona since Friday. Let that sit with you for a minute. 12 states. Second wave on deck. Second lockdown coming soon. You heard it here first. You probably heard it somewhere else, so you probably didn't hear it here first, but second lockdown coming soon. Crazy. All right, I saw this. Let's move on. I saw this. Now I'm gonna try to play this clip because it can't just hopefully ain't no copyright in this, but I think this is entertaining. I know you see the clip about it's like been a couple of them about the ice cream song. I didn't know. I was, there's a couple jingles that you hear regionally. I know the Farmer and the Dale is one, or at least what I thought was the Farmer and the Dale. Ding 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 ding. Right. Then there's another one. It's this one. I'm gonna show you this one. So I saw this story. I came across the story on social media, and they were talking about the origin of the song that the Ice Cream Man plays in every city, everywhere. Because we're in this time now. We're trying to clean the slate. We're trying to wipe everything that reminds us of white supremacy and black oppression throughout history and music culture. Like we're trying to wipe it all out at once. I don't think it's gonna work, but it's good to learn. They University of Florida. I don't know if last week you heard University of Florida, the whole gator bait. There's an actual song and a theme that goes with, because they used to drop back in the day. They used to bait and tease alligators with black babies, with kidnapped black babies. I didn't even know that was a thing, and I'd be reading. So they saying they're going to end the gator bait thing. So it's so many things that are woven into our culture. In DC, they finally took down the statue of Albert Pike. Albert Pike is 2 statues in DC. Very significant figure in the foundation of government in DC. And that's why the statue has been there for so long. But how can Albert Pike, if you don't know Albert Pike, Google, ask Alexa, one of the founders of the KKK. And he's a prominent figure. And he's just now getting taken down, the statues in 2020. Why is he up? Why he been up though? All right, so we got all of that going on. So everybody's really finding out new stuff. We're all learning. We're like in class, man. This 2020, we're in class. So I saw this one, and I did not know this. I didn't know this, and I feel like I should have known. All right, let's go to it. I feel like I should have known this. Where's that? Hold up. Got to share the screen. Hold on, share the volume, audio. Here we go. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Take a listen.
Fun song, right? Y'all really are not gonna like this one. Yikes, guys. The original name of the song was Old Zip Coon. It was released in March of 1917 by Columbia Records, and it's now more commonly known as Turkey in the Straw. So if you search like children's songs, you'll find Turkey in the Straw. But its original lyrics were, nigga love a watermelon, ha 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 ha. Nigga love a watermelon, ha 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 ha. And even the graphics for the song, its original Old Zip Coon had an African-American, big-lipped black face doing like a jig on it. And then in the video that Columbia Records released, they had a huge piece of watermelon and an African-American male enjoying the watermelon. And it even went as far as to say that watermelon is the black man's ice cream. So there's that. Enjoy your ice cream, guys. Don't sing along with that song.
How you how you gonna tell me that and then say enjoy your ice cream? I didn't know that. Did you know that? I did not know that. I remember there was a like a hip hop song. A little Gucci Man was. Do you drop it down something? Do you set it to the floor? I mean, isn't that crazy? It's not true? What do you mean? She sounded like she did her research. Oh, I didn't do mine? That's not true? You got to come on the show, man. You're a resident historian, man. You got to stop ducking in the shadows. I need the info. The song's called Turkey. That's what she said. She did say that. Turkey in the Straw. But I'm pretty sure it could have came from something else before that. And she's not the only one. So wait a minute. Before you call it out as false, you and I both have to do our research, because she's not the only one I saw today. I saw like 3 videos with the same explanation. So yeah, but even still, I can't look at the Ice Cream Man the same. Nah, you can't come around here playing that, homie. You got to find a new song. It's, Kendrick Lamar, we're gonna be all right. It's the jingle version with the on xylophone. We're gonna be all right. That's what I need. Telling you, man, we got to win a small window right now where we can get what we want. You just got to ask it right. Got to ask it right. All right. So here's a good story. Let's go to some feel good. Let's go to some feel good. It's a feel good story. Again, I will not be playing the volume of this, but just ask Alexa, man. Or just Google. Do what you do your due diligence, man. A lot of these stories they come across your timeline. You hear them 30 times a day, but you don't hear my spin on it. So that's the important part. So here's some feel good. Let's go with some feel good. So Bubba Wallace last week came out and stood with said that the Confederate flag has no place in NASCAR, which was ironic. And NASCAR came out and said, "Hey man, you right. Confederate flag don't have no place in NASCAR, and we banning it. We don't need it. It's a symbol of hate. It stokes fear, and it's inappropriate." So they was like, "Yeah." So then this weekend, at one of the races, a noose was found in his garage. Now, if you know anything about NASCAR, these garage areas where the cars are stored are private. They're exclusive access, secured, but still the noose was found. So before you say propaganda and all that, which is easy, because a lot of times when we get in these situations and people find nooses, it'd be questionable. I'd be like, who's doing that? Who even knows how to tie a noose with the yeah. Anyway, sometimes it can be real questionable, but the details of this are still unfolding. There's an investigation apparently, but anyway, on a race earlier, I believe it was yesterday or earlier today, um, NASCAR, his rivals, his peers, execs, everybody came out in support. We don't need the volume. So yeah, so this is what happened. Look at this. That's a nice situation right there. So they all came out pushing his car out of pit row. That's everybody. Look at everybody. That's everybody. And the announcer was getting all emotional, and they were just talking about how people he runs for Richard Petty Racing or whatever, and they said Richard Petty, the elder, came out to be with him and take part of it. People he's had disagreements with, racing rivals. Everybody came out. This is big. This is monumental in the sport of NASCAR. They say he was overcome with emotion. I mean, you can just see. For them, he got it, and he's driving in a car that they put Black Lives Matter imagery on it, and so for you to, who would have thought in 2020, who would have thought you would see something like this? Who would have thought? NASCAR, and I woke up this morning and I was so compelled. I said, all right, so the only thing that's left to happen is now we got to get into NASCAR. We got to. Now I'm a NASCAR fan, man. Look at this, man. I got to get a jersey. Well, what do you call that? Like a onesie? It's not a jersey. It's like a one. I got to. That's gonna be the new look. You'll come to the club in that bubble. You know what I'm saying, with your own logos on it, like hood, black-owned businesses and hood slogans on your onesie. Your fireproof. That's gonna be the joint. Fireproof racing jackets. We got to get in there now. That's another sport we can watch. Since sports is off. Now that they're doing this, they letting us know the door is open. This is your window, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome. This was a boost. I don't care who you are, what you say about it. I see they try to mix it with patriotism and all of that, but that was a good look. That was a real good look, I think, for them to rally around and support him like that. That's clutch. So now we got to be in the NASCAR, man. We got to get in and take over. You know what I'm saying? We've been stiff arming it and brushing it to the side for way too long. It's open. You know what I mean? I used to have big jokes too back because he's not the first black, but he's very high profile around these times. There's a a black female sister IndyCar race car driver, I believe. But I used to have big jokes about blacks. This is back in the day, in my young comedy days. I was like, the reason why black people can't get into NASCAR is because our license is always suspended. So, shit like that. Oh, I got something for you too. Hold on. No, that ain't it. Where we go? Oh well, I missed it. Missed opportunity. Oh, here we go. Anyway, Mananola. They sell what? The fireproof onesie joints? Get me one of those. Fireproof onesie and a detachable steering wheel in the car. And I'll put the child locks on. So every time I pull up, I gotta climb out the window. Yeah. It don't matter what car I got. I'm gonna have a detachable steering wheel, a fireproof onesie, and then I gotta climb out the window every time you see me. Like, what's up, Lamont? I'm like, oh, what's up? This where we at? Put the child locks on and just climb out the, you know what I'm saying? Climb out the joint. Y'all not ready. All right, man. That's pretty much it. That I wanted to talk about anyway. Wait a minute, let me see. There's another. Oh, nah. How could I forget? That's crazy. How could I forget? All right, so I need y'all to let's get back into it. Let's get serious. What's up with the fireworks though? So I wasn't even paying attention. Somebody brought it to my attention. And like, so if you haven't really been keying in since the beginning of the protest, right? One little device that I saw the first night, I saw it, it registered, but I didn't think nothing of it. A lot of fireworks, right? Shooting at the cops. And I was like, oh man, they bold. They like you firing fireworks at the cops, and you lucky they don't shoot back. And then it set in like night two. I was like, well, where they get the fireworks? Is Minnesota one of them places where they do that? Then like night 3, 4, and all the major cities start erupting, going up, and everybody got fireworks. And then somebody called me, and they was like, "Yo, that's not peculiar to you." And I was like, "What fireworks? So everybody be having fireworks?" And he was like, "Do everybody be having fireworks?" And I was like, "Well, maybe not." You know what I'm saying? Because I know they're illegal in a lot of places, but they're also legal in a lot of other places. But I was like, "All right, well, maybe that's a move with these uh, agitators, these outside agitators, because they come in with the book bags and the riot gear and all that. Somebody paying them to be there, obviously. Maybe their move is the fireworks. But I'm like, that's kind of dumb. Like, I didn't get it. Then I thought about it. I was like, oh man, what if the same people that's dropping that water off and the bricks is dropping the fireworks? Like, what's that for? Because remember, the water was interesting to me because I remember we had the water shortage during the lockdown. But all of a sudden, during the protest, we had cases of water on every street corner in America, basically. So then I had to look at the fireworks the same way. Where the fireworks come from? Who just sitting around with a excessive amount of just excess fireworks from last year? And I always, like the only place I'm on the East Coast, the only place I know you can get fireworks is South Carolina, out of season, south of the border. So who just who's stockpiling fireworks from last July to this June, and what's the purpose? So now recently, over I would say the last week and a half or so, in many of these major cities, there's just this ongoing like just fireworks all hours of the night, 8 hours of the night, every 5 minutes, right? So it's starting to come out more and more on social media. People being like, "Yo, I can hear them, but I can't see them." It's weirdos pulling over the side of the road downtown, jumping out, lighting fireworks, and driving off. People masked up, right? Same description given to those property damages in the middle of the protest, right? Same descriptions, but now in every city. So then I saw a video last night. They like fire departments is shooting them joints off. And then in some cities, police are kind of allegedly on strike, slacking off and in solidarity with the defund the police movement. So it's like, is it a thing where they in their feelings and they trying to pull a move? Like no one knows who these people are lighting these fireworks. Now, admittedly, in many of the cities, because I know in DC this has been the case, and I've seen reports in New York City that it's young black and brown kids. And that's you see you shoot fireworks. They shoot fireworks in the hood all the time, but they're saying like they're being left there by the caseload, and the kids are being encouraged to shoot them off, but nobody can figure out why. So this gentleman, I came across this gentleman. I thought that he was interesting, so I want to share his perspective because I always like when people with expert background in something um, speak on a topic. So let's take a listen in real quick to my man right here. It's about 5 minutes long.
What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good Saturday. I'm watching Erica try to eat a meal with Gatsby, our Siamese cat, jumping all over her and her armchair, trying to get at her.
Okay,
food,
like this
it
part is you just don't
I
even
just want to spend a minute
don't
talking
get invested.
about
Okay, here we go.
all the fireworks that have been going on in New York and LA and Nashville and other cities.
We care about your cat.
Fireworks are one of my favorite things. Less so now. For a few years, I loved using them in photos and videos. They would just create a lot of amazing visual chaos. And I loved finding ways of integrating them into different scenarios. Um, I even became a pyrotechnician with a company called Grucci. So I worked on a July 4th fireworks show on a barge in the East River. We got there at 6 in the morning in Red Hook and worked all day to set up the show and then took down everything at night. It was like an 18-hour day. And we got to see the fireworks from a tugboat behind the barge, which was great. And then I went to Dubai later that year and worked on the show there that they did. I wasn't able to be on like the Burj Khalifa, so you have to have special trainings to do that, but I was able to work on the fireworks on the outskirts of town. So I've gone through a lot of like safety training. I've done
He's
work
basically giving
that's
you background right
less
now.
safe, more safe.
He's giving
I've
you
done
background, but he's going to get to a
work
point.
with
This
really
is
small
very
fireworks
interesting,
that
very
you can
key.
attach onto people's skateboards. I've done huge cake fireworks that I did in Albania and in these huge abandoned warehouses and industrial spaces. And I am really freaked out and weirded out by all the fireworks that's happening now because it's not happening in like a 20-minute condensed show, which is traditionally how fireworks are done. It's part of like a concerted thing. It's really just like endless chaos, and it's 8 hours at night. And I'm not really affected because I've done so much fireworks myself, but I can see it in a lot of the people in my community, a lot of my friends and family that, and also their pets that gets super anxious and tense because it never lets up. It's every 5 seconds
Mhm.
and you're not seeing it. So you're just hearing the noise and the chatter. Um, and somebody else is seeing it just in a street for 5 seconds. Um, More than that, it's way more fireworks than we've ever experienced in New York. It's goes off every 10, 15 seconds
Mm.
for hours. And it's not just like small little guys, like small repeaters that you can get for like $5, $10. These are like cake fireworks. Cake fireworks are basically like big boxes. You light one fuse and then a ton
This is a
of small mortars go
pyrotechnics
off
expert.
for like a few seconds or 30 seconds or a minute. And for big time fireworks shows, you'll use like huge cake boxes, but you also use huge mortars, and they come in many, many different sizes. And you can't even get them without special authorization. So when I'm seeing tons of cakes going on in every part of New York, when it's going on in Manhattan, it's going off in Williamsburg, Bed-Stuy, Flatbush, Ridgewood, Bushwick. That's suspicious to me because we're living through a pandemic where people didn't have a lot of money, and we have been locked down for months. Where do people get all these fireworks? They're not legal here. Usually you have to go to Pennsylvania, you have to go to New Hampshire,
Mm.
Maine, Ohio, but there's no way that hundreds of thousands of people have left the state to get fireworks in this way. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't see it as just like a couple of kids going around doing this, because it's way too concerted. Like when you're setting off fireworks, they only go off for a few seconds. For you to be continually setting off fireworks, that's a ton of work. And you're telling me that thousands of people are doing that? Something's really strange going on. So I think it's something that's more concerted. I just don't know where or when. I just want people to be aware that it's not possible for this to be a couple of kids, and it's way too big for that. I don't know where all the people have gotten the time and money to do this, and to do this and rage for 6 to 8 hours a night. That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I hope it stops, because a lot of people can't even sleep. They're really anxious. And for me, for someone who loves fireworks, you're basically destroying people's relationship to fireworks. It should be something special. It should be something that doesn't piss people off. It should be something that everybody really enjoys. It's part of a show and experience for people. And it's not great to see that. And it's also confusing that when people do call the police don't do anything. They don't care. And it's probably related to the fact that people have been protesting against the police for the brutality and the murders that they've been doing for the last several decades. So maybe this is their revenge on us. But I just want people to be aware that there's always more going on. There's definitely more going on right now. We just don't know what it is. But please don't accept the narrative that it's like a bunch of kids, or that you shouldn't say anything because it's related to Black Lives Matter or Juneteenth. No, this isn't just a couple of fireworks that somebody did because of a legitimate holiday. This is something much bigger, and we should all be a little bit more skeptical about what's happening.
Man. Hey, man. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one. I got time for one call if you want to make it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, I don't. Hold on. Yeah, I got time for one call, but it ain't from y'all. It's from our guest who finds a way to jump on the show as we're leaving.
As we're leaving, huh? All right. Well, if I miss it today, I'll catch it tomorrow. I swear I will, man. What were you talking about?
Yeah.
What's the setup? I like the way you got this set up, man. What is this? Tell me about it.
Oh, this is Tiny Closet Studio, man.
No, not the studio. What links are you using to set this up?
Oh, I got you. You want the behind the scenes, the inner workings?
I want to know what's.
This is StreamYard, and StreamYard allows me to shoot to Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
And you can take calls.
No, so I have a console over here that does like a podcasting station, and I can hook my phone into it, and so that I would take a call on my phone, I push it up through the So just one line.
You know what? I am so proud of you, man. Not to mention that technology has changed the game for allowing people to do on the internet. You just think 20 years ago, in order to have anything, you had to go to a radio station. You had to get clearance, and technology and the internet has changed that, man. That's really cool. Really, really cool.
And it's not as expensive as it used to be, because you had to have
not expensive
this piece and that piece and How you feel, man? You looking well?
I'm sorry I missed the link, but I definitely will do it tomorrow, because you do it every day, right?
Yeah, I do it every day, 6 to 7.
How long is the streaming?
I just do an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just like a little commercial, stay out there, stay relevant.
Do you have any sponsors yet?
I do. I have Drunken Fruit. If you look on your screen right there, Drunken Fruit. It's adult candy company, Black-owned company out of Brooklyn, New York. And then Hamlin Legal, my attorney out of Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay, we need to talk about you advertising my hot sauce.
That's easy.
Mofo.com.
Yeah, we can do that.
We can do that. We can
definitely do that. So we was rapping earlier, you and I, about Kyrie Irving and the NBA coming back.
Well, my opinion is that they're going all out for these athletes. I mean, I understand that people really like sports, and it's just my opinion is that they're going out for the athletes when it's doctors and nurses who need the same assistance and need the same coddling that these athletes are in. You know, I mean, you got 21 players from Clemson that have it, a couple of players from another one. You know, it's just like there's not going to be any sports. It's not going to happen. There's no way you can make this work. You can't make it work. You just can't. And I think we should focus on finding a cure or taking care of the people who already have it, and taking care of doctors and nurses and teachers and stuff like that. To me, that's more important than some guys going out there playing football, and basketball, and baseball. That's just me.
Yeah.
Send your letters to me, not to Lamont. Send them to me.
But I agree though, because you know America loves to be entertained by black dudes playing sports.
Right.
And so even beyond the protests and all, COVID's still here. They're still testing positive.
It's still here, you know.
It's still here.
And I made this announcement the other day. I will not go back into a comedy club until they have 2 drinks and a cure. I'm not going back in there.
A 1 cure minimum.
1 cure. Give me a 1 cure minimum. And you know, and no disrespect to my buddy DL, we hope he's feeling all right. But him falling out in a club is gonna make people think, well, oh, maybe he got it from a club. So that's not gonna help.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
He's okay, but you know how people connect everything with everything that happens. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I think there's more important things that we should focus on, and not these guys playing who will be all right.
Yeah, right.
Most of them now. A lot of ball players play ball, and they don't make the money, as much money as some of the big guys make. So I understand that. But for me, it's like, let's focus on doctors and teachers and you know, and bus drivers and stuff like that before we go all out with these athletes to play a sport that it's not going to help if 2 or 3 people catch it. That's just me. I'm just being mean.
But I mean, you're on a team, so if one person catches it, that team is shut down.
Yeah,
they're done.
Not to mention, if they're gonna go all out for the ball players, they're not gonna go all out for the guy who handles the ball. You know what I mean? They're gonna go all out for the ball players, but the
equipment manager is the equipment manager is vulnerable to the bitch. Who's gonna protect the equipment manager?
Yeah, who you think they're gonna be, you know, as protective as the guy who washes the balls?
Yeah, right. Who puts the balls out? Who passes them in?
Balls in your hand? You know. That's just me, you know. That's just me.
That's a real concern. That's a real concern.
It's a real concern, you know, to be focused on. We got to get these, and then all the thing is these sports shows that are on. Some of them need to be off the air because there's no sports.
There's nothing to talk about.
What the hell are y'all talking about?
Nothing. They've been for the last 2 months talking about the same. Man, you should see them. They're so excited now because they're getting close. I mean, they are just excited. They talking about max contracts and who might come back. And no, man, 2021, New Year's, bring sports back no earlier than New Year's.
Yeah, in 2023 maybe.
Damn, 2023.
Until we have a cure.
Yeah,
you know, guys sweating on one another and slapping each other in the ass and huddling up and yelling at. I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong because I never played sports. I was in the band, so okay.
Right.
All right. But I'm just saying what I see.
And the band,
let it
you
go.
Good. You good in the band though. The band is
You're
good.
In the band. The band's outside.
Yeah, it's outside. And you're not, as long as you're not sharing instruments, then you good.
Yeah. Let me have some of that saxophone when you finish.
Yeah. Let me hold your sax.
Yeah. Well, anyway, man.
Yeah.
Man, congratulations on your show. How long have you been doing this?
This is the 4th week. This is the 4th week. Yeah.
Good.
Just working out the kinks. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
So
well, you got to send me all the information so I can start.
And you just pop on.
On my show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I thank you for checking in, man. All right.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. All right.
And you know what I am really glad about? That you changed your name from the name you had when you first started in show. I'm thrilled.
Yeah. You and my mom.
I'm not going to even say it.
Yeah. You and my mom.
Your mom was like,
Oh, she hated. Oh, she hated it. She hit for
oh my
years.
God.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is he calling himself
Yeah.
that? And it epitomized the attitude that you would have if you have that name. You know,
Yeah.
nothing much is expected from you.
Yeah. You know who told me to change it? With
Who?
the John Sally.
I told you to change it.
No. Well, I mean, a lot of people did, but he was the
Yes.
first. When I got out there, he
Yes.
was like, he said, "Man, these people don't write checks to nicknames," and I was like, that makes sense.
But the name that Karen gave you is the absolute funniest name of all.
Yeah, I don't know if that was gonna stick.
I like it. I absolutely like it because it makes me laugh on my inside. It just tickles the hell out of me. Because the first time I heard it, I think I laughed so hard. Your attitude was like, it ain't that funny. And it was.
She said, Lamont King, the king of all things funny. And you
That's
just
it.
went.
All right, man. Nice talking to you, man. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
I'll wrap with you. Oh, man. One of the funniest dudes on the planet, period. J. Anthony Brown. All right, there it is, man. I told you it was going to be a good show. So we ended strong, man. And as usual, we're going to close out with a word from an elder, man. Again, shout out to Happy Belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And now a word from an elder. All right, some of y'all saying y'all can't hear it. I'm gonna start it over. I don't know what was up with that. You should be able to hear it. All right, let's try it again. Y'all still can't? Wait a minute, barely, really low. Wait a minute. This is some high tech technology right here. Hold on. Cause he loud to me. All right, one last time. Well, he's dropping jewels on this one. Let me turn it all the way up. All right, give me thumbs up if you can hear him, and thumbs down if it's low or you can't hear him. All right, here we go. All right, there you have it. A word from our elder. Appreciate y'all for hanging in there, man. We went over a little bit of time just now, but it is all good. We finished strong. I'll have to work on that sound situation on my own time. But till then, hey, if we can get $1 from everybody, we can keep it moving. Cash App is the most efficient way. $ Lamont King 06. Also want to shout out this organization that donated some money, so I want to make sure I get them the shout out. And I need them to send me an email so I can know what they do. Hold on 1 second. Stand by. And it's J Elite Consulting Group. Today is a new premium platinum VIP partner for Let's Go Live. Break the Chains LLC. So I need them to email me, man, so I can so we can talk about shouting out their organization. Other than that, man, new time this week, Monday through Friday this week, 6 p.m. to 7. 6 p.m. to 7 after the Karen Hunter show. So 6 p.m. to 7. So you can listen to Karen on Sirius XM 3 to 6 East Coast time. And then me, 6 to 7. I got some dynamite stuff lined up this week. Special surprise guests. And, you know, I'm old school radio, man. I don't advertise who coming until they show up, because you get what happens today. You get that all the time. So just bank on the fact that there's going to be some surprises in store. And I appreciate everybody. Let's see. Dang, you still couldn't hear him? You still couldn't hear the word from the elder? Hey, man. Oh, something ain't right, man. I'm still getting blocked. I don't get it. So y'all ain't hear that at all. He was dropping jewels. Y'all was just looking at me? And y'all ain't hear no audio? All right, we're going to work on that. All right, anyway. Yeah, and by tomorrow, I'll have the podcast up. So you can go to Let's Go Live on all platforms and get the podcast. And we really we're expanding very fast and moving the situation, and things is going to be bigger and better, man. So y'all be safe out there, man. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Dang, y'all couldn't hear the joint? Like what going on? Oh man, I gotta work that out. All right, I'll talk to y'all.